Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for the week of August 8th. This week, we're just going to jump right in here, and we are going to see what is going on for you at this time. I'm laughing because pretty much every single person has had the Tower again this week, which is always very interesting to me. You know, it could be kind of like a collective Tower moment, especially when I have a card that repeats itself through readings. And, you know, again, people always ask, like, are the cards sticking? But I switch decks between every single reading. So, I mean, I would show you right now, but I'm not moving my cameras. But I have a stack of decks over here, tons of them. So I switch every single reading, and I know they're not sticking. So that's very interesting. But again, you have the Tower right here, and the Tower can represent a Tower moment, of course. I mean, I think this, you know, kind of makes sense with Uranus going retrograde later on this month on the 24th of the month. Uranus is unpredictable, and the Tower is a card of unpredictable energy. Like I have said to everyone, I feel there's a very easy solution to this, and it's to remain flexible. You know, we have the kind of the triple conjunction with Uranus, the North Node, and Mars at the beginning of the month-ish, towards the end of July, really. And you know, what I would say here is that being flexible and kind of learning how to work with the energy is very important. I think something people forget about the Tower is that it can represent a breakthrough or something that leads to a breakthrough as well. So it's like Tower moments aren't bad. I think the Tower has been given a bad rap. As I always tell people as well, to me, tarot should be taken with a grain of salt. I think, you know, I get tons of comments all the time from people that are like, you're too positive with the cards and all this other stuff. I'm like, well, you take tarot too seriously if you think that I'm too positive, right? Because it's like you're looking for, number one, negativity, which I don't understand. Number two, again, tarot doesn't control your life. It's not really positive or negative. It's meant to be kind of guidance, loose guidance at best. And as I always say, I do this as a living. So, you know, there you go. I would take this as loose advice at best. But what I would say is I feel like there could be some unpredictable things that are happening. The thing is that here you go. You have the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is your crossing energy. And it's like, what are you waiting for? Knight of Pentacles, he has these, you can see he has these oak leaves right here on his helmet. It kind of represents knowledge and wisdom. He has these empty fields behind him. All he needs to do is start planting seeds. All he needs to do is get moving, and he will be successful. That it is just that simple. Here's my one of my problems with like the Neptune and Pisces energy. I don't really believe that the outer planets have a major effect on us necessarily. I do think they affect us, and definitely as far as like the generational planets are concerned, like Neptune and Pisces, those outer planets, Uranus and beyond, basically. I do feel they kind of affect us on a generational level. But what I would say, Neptune is in its home planet, home sign of Pisces, and I do feel that we could, can make us feel like we don't have power, basically. Or I think it's kind of like more a mindset thing where we might be thinking that we don't have the answers when we do. So I feel like you need to just get moving with this Knight of Pentacles energy. There was something else I was going to say. I might have to come back to this because there was something else that was popping into my head, but I kind of lost it. So we'll come back. Next, in the area of your thoughts, you have the Nine of Pentacles. Thinking about success, thinking about being abundant, thinking about gratitude, and I also feel like you're very focused at this time as well. Kind of interesting because the word focus has come up quite a bit over the past couple weeks. You can see she has this falcon on her hand here, and it's on a glove. She is like training her focus. She is learning how to be focused and, what to focus on, where to direct her attention, and all those things I feel are going to be very important for you at this time. Next, you have the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is about moving on to calmer shores. So I feel for a lot of you, this is showing up in the area of your foundation, that you are moving on to calmer shores. I feel like you're moving on to bigger and better things in your life in general. So I would just, keep on trucking. I think that's like the best energy that we could be embracing at this time. I also feel, what I was going to say, that's what I was going to say on the Knight of Pentacles that I forgot. It came back to me. This is why I move on. If it's important, it'll come back to me. But again, I feel like that energy is like saying, don't get bogged down with Neptune and Pisces. Where I was going with that is sometimes I feel we can have a disappointment. Like we try to do something like have a YouTube channel or start a business or start a relationship and things don't work out. And it's like, I wouldn't really call it depression, but I feel like that feeling of failure can kind of consume us for a long period of time where we don't do anything for like a month or like 2 weeks or something like that. I feel like this is saying, it's okay to feel bad, right? It all happens to all of us, right? We need to process our emotions, but I would try to do something just like a little bit, a little bit if you have some sort of tower moment or disappointment, especially with the Six of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles, but I was mostly getting it on that Knight of Pentacles, that is your crossing energy. I feel like if there's something that you could do, like, maybe you had a breakup and you've been trying to get over it and you don't feel like going out. It's like, well, can you just go to the store, right? For like 2 minutes and pick something up? Can you just go for a walk for 5 minutes? Can you, do whatever it is to get the energy moving forward? And again, just a little bit with that Knight of Pentacles. I really feel that energy where if you just get things rolling just a little bit, it'll kind of make all the difference. Same thing, like if you have a failure in your business, it's like, can you try something else, just a little bit, just to see where it goes. I think that will kind of get things rolling forward. It will prevent you from getting sucked down with that Neptune and Pisces energy. Next, in the area of your past, you have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is like juggling, having a lot to do. I feel like you've been very busy in general, so I really just feel like this past energy is talking about busyness, and that's really all I'm getting there. Next, in the area of your near future, you have the Nine of Cups. Again, this is why I wouldn't worry about the Tower showing up in your reading. I feel like things are going well. I feel like you're feeling happy and like things are going the right direction with this Nine of Cups. I feel like you're feeling fulfilled and like you can have fulfillment also. So I really like this energy for you, Gemini, and I feel there's a lot of good things coming in for you. The Nine of Cups does want us to really like soak and bathe in that energy as well. I've been kind of talking about this quite a bit, how, especially this year, any little, even the tiny little victories that I have, I tried to like really amplify the victory. I try to like soak up the energy and try to be really grateful for it and really try to enjoy it for as long as I can. For whatever reason, at the beginning of the year, I felt like that was super important, just in general, like intuitively, that if we have a victory, if we have a win, we shouldn't just rush right past it, which a lot of us do. It's like, I'm guilty of this. Trust me, my whole entire life, it's like I would achieve something and then I wouldn't be satisfied because it's like, oh, I have it. Now what? And I would rush right past the victory. So Nine of Cups is about kind of like really bathing in an energy. So not only you can attract more of it, but just so you feel good, right? And that's what I'd be doing with this Nine of Cups. Any little wins, successes, anything like that, I would be like really soaking in it and really trying to be grateful for it. I feel like you're just going to get more of it. Over the next few months, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Love it. Definitely like a victory or a success coming in for you. I feel like there are some wins coming in for you with this Wheel of Fortune. It's like your fortunes are changing in a big way, is what I feel with this Wheel of Fortune. I like to remind people that with the Wheel of Fortune, we really have to take control. It's like we have to keep this energy going. And just like I said, with that Nine of Cups, a great way to do it is to make sure that you're being grateful for all the little wins, soaking in the energy. The longer you stay in the energy, the more of it you attract. So that's what I'd be doing with this card here. Next, in the area of your closest relationships, you have the Four of Cups. Four of Cups is definitely like disappointment, sadness, kind of like feeling like things aren't going your way. He's attracted those Four Cups that are in front of him here, but it's like he's got his arms folded. He's not reaching out and grabbing onto these cups. He's not making anything happen. So I don't really feel anything about this, if I'm being honest with you, Gemini, other than I feel it's just kind of like saying you're going through a time in relationships where maybe you're like, kind of figuring out the type of people that you want in your life, not just love relationships, but all relationships, period. And I feel like you're saying like, what type of people do I want in my life? For others, it could just be one of those times where you're just spending more time kind of being independent. Nine of Pentacles, you're focusing on your independence. Again, intuitively, I really just don't feel like it's that big of a deal. Next, in the area of your future feelings, love it, amazing. You have the Six of Wands, feeling victorious, feeling like you are like doing things in an excellent way. He represents excellence, doing things well. And so I feel for a lot of you, you just feel like you're doing things well in your life, and I feel that you feel like you're kind of having some victories along the way. And that's been a word that's come up quite a bit this week for pretty much every single sign, is like victories. Again, I like to remind people that these aren't things that are just going to magically happen, right? We have to put in the work, but if you do, I feel like you're going to be victorious. And finally, you have the Eight of Swords as your outcome. Makes perfect sense to me. Again, with that triple conjunction we had, I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. I would be super careful of only seeing one way of doing things. I've told people before, it's funny that before the triple conjunction, a friend of mine sent me this thing that was like a brain exercise, whatever you want to call it. And it was basically like you set a timer for 10 minutes and you think of something that you want to accomplish. And in 10 minutes, you need to come up with 10 ideas of how you would accomplish your goal, 10 different ways that you could do it, right? And I think that is like the perfect thing that people could do right now. You should try it because it's like hard. It's like you think 10 minutes is a lot of time, but really you get to like, the end, you only have 7 ideas and you need to come up with 3 more. And the whole point of the exercise is not to have good ideas. That's the first thing. It's really just about working the brain muscle, as James Altucher says, and just putting ideas out there. That's the whole point of the exercise. And I think that would be good for you with this Eight of Swords. It would just give you a lot of ideas, which I feel people need right now because, I don't know, because it comes up in all my readings, that's why. So there you go. But let's see. We're just going to clarify this and see what comes up. With the Knight of Pentacles and the Tower, you have the Page of Swords here. The Page of Swords is about curiosity and kind of like looking into things, finding other ways of doing things, just like I said. So I feel like doing your research on anything you want to do would be a good idea right now, especially with this card. So that's pretty much what I get there. With the Nine of Pentacles, you have the Knight of Pentacles again. So 9 and Knight. This always happens to me, and I'm not good with tongue twisters. I was born with a fat tongue, so super hard for me to do. But anyway, Knight of Pentacles, I would get to work. It's kind of funny because the Nine of Pentacles, she has those grapes behind her, and grapes in the tarot kind of represent something that's like very difficult to learn how to grow. They kind of represent something that is a little bit more challenging to grow as well. And so, but basically it says that she knows how to grow them. She knows how to create abundance in her life. So it's like you know how to do something in your life that you want, but it's like you need to put it into practice. You also have 2 nines. I didn't even notice here. 2 nines to me is kind of like the energy of newness, something new coming in for you. With the Six of Swords, you have the Six of Pentacles. I love 2 sixes. To me, 2 sixes says you're on the right path, you're going in the right direction, you're kind of doing the things you need to do. But I feel like you're kind of creating balance in your life. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Hangman here. With the Nine of Cups, the Hangman, again, is another card that really says his head is glowing. He's gained enlightenment. It's like he knows what he needs to do to be successful at this time. He just needs to get moving. So for a lot of you, I feel like it's time to get moving here with these cards towards something that you want in your life, whatever that may be. With the Wheel of Fortune, you have the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is a card of stability. Excuse me. So I feel like there is a lot of stability coming in for you. And I also feel like you're very focused on kind of very practical kind of ideas at this time, which is probably a good thing. It's like, I wouldn't stick to one idea for how you're going to do anything, but I feel like the more practical ideas are going to be important. Again, with Uranus and Taurus doesn't like get rich quick, for example. It's like Uranus and Taurus wants us to build something permanent, wants us to build something solid, something that's going to last for a long time or support us forever. And so that's what I mean by practical ideas. It's like, in business, there are things that always work. It's like, do those things, but come up with multiple ideas of how you could do those things. Same thing in relationships. It's like there are certain rules that kind of like work if we listen to them. And, I would just follow those rules, right? With the Four of Cups, you have the Ten of Wands. I feel like close relationships have maybe been a little bit of a burden lately. Just lately. Again, I'm not saying anything. I don't feel like you feel bad necessarily about the people in your life, but maybe you just need to focus on yourself for a little bit of time here. And again, I feel like, that would be a good thing for you to do with the Ten of Wands. So, take time for yourself. With the Six of Wands, you have the Four of Cups. You had the Four Cups already in your closest relationships. Again, it's like you're accomplishing things. I feel like you need to realize that you're accomplishing things, It's like he's accomplishing things, Six of Wands. Four Cups is not seeing it. Maybe you're just manifesting the steps. Again, to me, 2022 and 2023 really as well. There are years where we are manifesting the things we want, but we're kind of manifesting the things we want in steps. We're not necessarily just getting the thing that we want. It's like we have to kind of, enjoy the process, so to speak. So I would kind of realize that here with the Four Cups. And finally, with that Eight of Swords, you do have the Tower again. I would be very, very flexible. I think the answer is very, very simple with the Tower. And again, everybody's had the Tower. I wouldn't even personally worry about it because, I think it's probably something that we'll see in the collective energy, which is out of our control. And then again, worrying about it, all that other stuff is not going to help, I promise you. But being, kind of being prepared, not worrying about things, but being ready to come up with other ideas of how to overcome any issues, challenges that come up, that's going to be very important with the Tower card. And the other thing I would say is that these can just be sudden changes. They might not even be bad changes. That's the thing. But again, being open to, again, I like to remind people with the Tower, what I'm trying to spit out here, Gemini, is that sometimes like something good can happen, but if we can work with the energy and we can say, hey, there's probably like other ways that I can also use this energy, then we can, magnify it. We get more out of it. So I would say any good opportunities that come your way, say, like, what are some other ways? How else can I take advantage of this energy instead of just looking at it one way? That's going to be super important for you. I want to see what this card is. Yeah, you have this message in a bottle card. I do feel there could be kind of like surprising communication from a person who thought the grass was greener on the other side. 4 cups twice. I'd be very careful of anyone returning from the past. Here's the thing. If you're a spiritual person, you're probably a comfort blanket type of person where people are comfortable with you. So when the shit hits the fan in the world, and it's like, what do these past people do? They come back to us. So I would be careful of that energy. If you have a person who's coming back when there's a problem, right? I'm going to look at this card as well while we're at it. You have the Blue Moon card. It says, believe in the impossible. I talk about this all the time because of, again, the Neptune and Pisces energy. If there was ever a time where we could accomplish something impossible or that seems impossible, it would be right now. Neptune and Pisces is like manifestation on steroids. But again, a couple of things. We're not going to accomplish a goal how we think. Sorry, I don't know what I just did there, but we're not going to accomplish a goal in the way that we think, and there's probably a million ways to accomplish it. So we just need to stay open. But pretty interesting reading here, Gemini. Not going to lie. So, but good. Even with the Tower, wouldn't worry about it. So thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your Sun, Moon, and Rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.